Alright, hello and welcome back to some TenkoBerry does art. You know, my brain decided to just fart there, I tell you. Do I have this on right? Sorry, I'm using my jack port for a different headset. So I'm not sure on how it sounds, so I'm going to do a little test if you give me 1 second. I can see that the bar goes up, but I don't know how loud it is. So let me check how loud it is. Okay, that's actually perfect. That is actually perfect. Alright, let us get into doing some art today, I tell you. Oh, that is the wrong thing there. That is the music that we have on. If you're interested, go check out Stream Cafe Tulip Season 1 hour. It is pretty good music, I tell you. Alright, so we need to go and... well, we need to make a piece of paper here today. And I'm going to make it so that I can customize it. That's actually not too bad, not too bad at all. No, I want a different color for the inside. But then I should also have a different color. Going around there. You know, my headset sounds much more muffled to me, this one, than my other one. My other one was just, I have it unplugged now, but I kept unsinging every once in a while, and I thought, I have jack ports, hopefully. I'll see if those still work, so that's what I did. And surprisingly, they do actually still work. You know, the USB ports next, they don't, but you know. Why does this look like cheese? Why does this look like a perfect piece of plastic cheese? Plastic cheese if you're in America, you know, just a regular piece of cheese, you know. In the UK. What should we write here? What should we write? You know what? We'll keep it blank. We'll keep it blank. And I'll put it in... I guess I could just shove it in the regular art file. Tenko's art. Piece of paper. Sticky. No. There we go. And now we get to write something on it. What should we write? What should we write? Use arrow unblocked, yeah. Sorry, it takes a little while for it to catch up and then I get very worried. We can write whatever we want. There we go. And you know what? You know what? I really need to sign in to my Blue Sky so I can alert you when there's streams, I tell you. So if you give me 1 second, let me see if I can sign in. TenkoBerry. What's my password? Ah yes, Jimmy the Cricket 28. I'm joking with you. I would not tell my password. Alright, let's see. Blue Sky, where are you, Blue Sky? Alright, wait 1 second. No, do not fold back over a piece of paper. I need you. No, I need you. Remember that I need you, the viewer. What? Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah, that is the right amount of numbers. Capital letters, yes. Regular wording, yes. Where is the wrong bit of it? Ah, I'll try this one again. What if it's a capital of that? Yeah. Yeah. How did I guess, I tell you? How did I guess? It was a wrong version of the thingy because I always use caps lock. That accidentally, cracks me up. And also, I always forget to do the Discord. You know, we should be doing art right now. We are doing art right now, but you know. Alright, now let me go over to Discord. There we go. Now I need to... There we go. There we go. Now I can get back to what we were doing. Dumb one. Let me go save this. I know, I just, you know, unveiled yous. But we'll write one more after this one. Unsing it at all. You know what? You know what? How about we put this one on hold? I'll ask the people on the internet. And, you know, we'll do that instead. It also takes a second for it to catch up. Let me see. Thank you for the follow, Midnight. Thank you very much. It's nice to have you here. Now, we'll put it on the internet, that's what we'll do. We'll put it on the internet and we'll make them decide instead. Alright, where is it? Where is it? Where is my sticky notes? Give me information. I must have went by it. Yes, I have went by it. Let's see. Don't tell me it's near the stat. No, it should be in Tanko's art. Let me just full scale it. Ah, there it is. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh. There we go. And now we can go on to our next goal. Let me actually pull out the Okishuman. I guess we could go with regular version. Where is regular version? This is just regular version down here. Oh no, wait, we don't actually need to do that. I have the multi-layered one. I keep forgetting about the multi-layered one. Oh, it's really helpful, I tell you. It's really helpful, but I always forget about it. Alright. So, in today's episode of art, we're actually going to be trying out to do some new hairstyles here. So, let us hope that it goes all right, I tell you. Let us hope it goes all right. I did actually have some inspiration, but I need to figure out where I place that inspiration. I have it somewhere. I cannot show you, just in case, you know, there's an image that I should not show you. Let's see. Yeah, but we're gonna make a more, oh, I can show you this bit. I was going to make a more, puffy kind of bit to this here. So we'll see if that works. Also, I realized that I'm using the one that does not blink, so I've just been staring at you for a little while. Do apologize. You know what, we can just use hand. I'm actually thinking about doing a full hand gesture one very soon, like, you know, multiple more hand gestures that I can easily swap to with the same hairstyle, so it looks more fluid. Hopefully that'll go alright when I actually get around to doing that. Alright, that is, no, that's not it. That is definitely not it. That's not too bad. Alright, you know what, we'll just wing it, I tell you. We'll just wing it. We'll just wing it. That's what I'll do. Back in the game we go. Alright. So, we need to make a new hairstyle. How would we make a new hairstyle, eh? How should we improve upon the previous version? Maybe with a little bit of a different change of colour. That should not be too bad. We're basically trying out newer stuff over here. We have to make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's actually not looking too bad so far. Now to just clean up the old. One. Is it a bit too puffy? We'll have to see. I can fix the lane another time, you know. It's not a bad one, I tell you. It's not a bad one. We'll have to see. Let's see. But just go like that. Thinking of making like a playlist soon for streams. So it's easier to credit a lot of the people that, you know, appear in the stream. Instead of making a super long list. Sometimes it has to be a super long list. Actually, that does not look too bad. Is this a good puffiness? Or should I make it more? I could. We'll see how it looks. Now this is mostly just me testing out a lot of the hair ideas. I had like a ton of hair ideas, but it seems like they've just gone out the window, I tell you. And meaning I cannot find them. There we go. Seems like the bitrate on secondary devices went down a bit. Hopefully it's not too bad for use. There we go. And just go like that. Yeah, that does not look too bad. It's a good idea. I'll make a spare version now. You know what? Let us just go back in time then. It does not want me to make a spare version. Alright, now that we went back in time, we can now focus on... Oops. There we go. Focus on a different hairstyle. Now just fixing this bit over here. I think I do have some suggestions stored. Is it in character inspiration area? I'm not sure. Also, I always get a jump scare when I hear that noise, I tell you. Oh, thank you, Te Dashir. I do apologize if I pronounce your name improperly, you know. Do apologize. Close enough. Alright, alright. Okay, let me close that. Yeah, I think it's more to do with the middle I have a lot of stuff with, but not with the side over here. Could this work? No. We're trying to think of a way to improve this side over here. It's always been like, you know, a trouble point. could that work? We'll have to be very small for this one, I tell you. There we go. You could add a background layer of the hair in that section. That's 50% darker. Add a background layer. Like the hair that's behind current locks. Ah, so a darker bit over here for this area. That could work, you know, that could work. We could definitely use some of our airbrushing for that bit. Not the size of that. That's a bit too much. I do need to still get used to doing some airbrushing. But it is a very nice shading tool. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Kinda depends how you layered. You want the hair to look how full you want it in the front section. Like we have a bunch of different hairs, you know, I might as well show you. We have our medium hair that we've done. We have our ponytail. This one's, you know, able to be placed on a bunch of other ones. We have the cat ears. And I'm pretty sure we had another hair. But I don't think I've transferred that one over, I don't think so. Ah, yeah, it's a magical girl hair. I've not transferred that one over. But I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this section right here. The main thing is that it does need a bit shading. I might add some shading touches along it. But I'll leave that for when I'm doing the touch-up. Ponytail and cat ear is our personal fave. Yeah, we actually do, is it this one? No, that should be angry. This would be cat. Wait for it. There we go. We can actually, you know, have cat ears, but it always thingies with this one bit up here. And it's very annoying. There we go. Alright. So we're just trying to make this bit over here seem more, what do you call it? Unique. Because it is kinda, you more picture the face, but also this bit over here. So I want to improve it by making it look a little bit nicer. And I'm probably going to add another hook bit. Kinda like that. Cat girls are purified essence of life. You know what, you're speaking the truth there. You are speaking the truth there. That looks good. Hey. Alright. I need to actually fix this line over here. There is supposed to be a bit that goes all the way along, I think. Or maybe I just decided to leave it off there. Yeah, I think I left it off there. And that was to make it look a little bit less like you're focusing on up here and then down here towards the face. That's why a lot of them don't have, you know, the lighting bit up above. The only problem is trying to make sure it does not break previous lines too much. Alright, how does that look? It got a little bit twisted and, you know, to clean up. Maybe if I just, you know, we'll just do a little bit like, you know, this. We just go yum, and we'll try and solve it without. As a cat girl myself, I can speak nothing but the truth. Same. The speakers of the truth. Alright. But trying to make sure this actually looks good is always like the most difficult part. not a bad one. Let me know, let me know. I feel like I could have done better. Maybe if I remove this one bit over here. I kinda, yeah. I do kinda like it too. I'll make this one a bit more larger. No. I decided to, you know, do a little bit of hair modeling today. I did have a bunch of, you know, ideas, you know, all planned out for the hair stuff. But I just cannot find it now. And it really annoys me that. You know, I have a bunch of good ideas, you know, I got some inspiration ideas on how to do the hair. And bam. I lost it. Here's so much fun, infinite possibility. Yeah, I do actually plan on doing a total remodel of the front, so this entire area here. I was thinking of doing one of these intertwining ones, you know, that I see a lot of the time. You know, kinda like that. It's not a very good interpretation of it. But you kinda get the idea. Kinda like one of those. And then fix the side bits of the hair. You know, maybe do something around here. Make it more lush. You have the same issue when I stream, try and stream. And, you know, I cannot speak now. I cannot speak now. I start up and everything just whoosh out ahead. Yeah, we actually created a sticky note that we actually, you know what? We could actually check on seeing has anyone sent in anything for our sticky note. So if you give me 1 second, we'll go see if anyone's sent anything to be written on the sticky note. Oh, we got one suggestion. We got one suggestion. I can just show you that area. I can just show you. We got one suggestion, and it's a pro yapper. Oh, that cracked me up. Oh, I tell you, I've not used my throat much in the last few days, so I sound absolutely terrible. Let me take a hydrate. I also found my glasses, I tell you. I had not streamed, you know, with glasses for a little while because I lost my class. Pro yapper. No, pro yeah. So now we need to write this. So that's what we're going to do. Alright. I have to be super careful when I'm doing this, I tell you. I'll add a little bit of, you know, insight to that, you know, in a second. Alright. Pro yapper. Do you draw with a mouse? Yes, I do draw with a mouse. I am going to, what do you call it? We'll do like a dedicated stream to our draw pad. We actually did a, you know, piece a little while ago. Let me see if I can bring it up for you. I think I still have an OK. Yeah. I call it a draw pad OK. So this is the OK that we did in draw pad. Compared to our regular OK, I tell you, it is a, you know, very big difference. It is a very big difference, yeah. We did this all in draw pad. It didn't turn out too bad. We actually did quite well. I did actually have to use the fill-in tool for the, you know, areas that I could not actually use the pen. But we've been using our wait, we've been using the mouse for how long now? Also, should we add an arrow? What arrow should we add? We've been using the mouse for, I cannot remember how long we've been using the mouse for drawing. I used we'll just say, like, you know, 2017, 2016, you know, started using it like almost full time. I say 2016, so 2017, yeah. That makes more sense. Let's see. But I've been using a mouse since then, and we recently got a draw pad about I think it's actually Christmas. No wait, Busty, that's it. Busty. Before Busty. And I did a stream dedicated to drawing okay. And it did not turn out too bad, I tell you. Did not turn out too bad. I was actually quite, you know, glad it turned out the way that it did. So hopefully, you know, in the future, I think I might add an arrow. I'm not much of a drawer. I do a lot of Photoshop, like poster production, UX/UI design, and stuff rather than drawing. But I'm trying to get back into it. You know what? If I had to say, you know, the easiest things to draw, or a good way to start off drawing is let's see. I guess if you take like more, like, think about like Pokemon or, you know, famous characters. If you use, you know, famous characters, they have a lot of images, you know, you look at it and then you try and draw it from memory, or try and draw it, you know, by looking at it a bunch of times. Then that's probably one of the best ways to get started, you know, back into drawing. As, you know, a lot of the older designs of characters are a lot more less detailed. I drew a load of memes mostly, and a few of my characters. But that would definitely be like the best way, is doing either suggestions or doing, you know, famous characters, because at least the famous characters, you know, if you draw Charmander, obviously everyone knows how to draw a Charmander. Like, you know, I could literally draw Charmander now. I don't actually remember how to do Charmander. Alright, let me see. You know, this is probably like the most butchered Charmander ever. I know Charmander does not have, like, you know, it's not actually properly into his neck. So we go like this. You know what? You know, it gets the point across. You know, it gets the point across. Derp man. Oh, that cracks me up. You know, there we go. It's Derpmander, your favorite derpy. they're so cute. I want to snuggle them. Yeah, they do actually seem like, you know, something that would be a plushie. Seems like one of the round pillows, you know, the U pillows. It would be like, you know, one of those kind of pillows. Those are always, you know, nice. If you get one for like your back, you know, it's good laying on them while you're sleeping. And also I need to, no, I already saved it. I'll go reply to Ashley with our, you know, thingy that we finally got finished doing, the Pro Yappa. Got nostalgic there for a good friend of ours. Let me just, you know, let it load. I'm not allowed any more plushies. My bed is covered in them, and I have a hammock above my bed with two huge hamsters below my bed. Oh, that cracks me up. I actually do have one of those, what do you call it, hammock thingies for them that I need to set up at one point, but I don't know if I should, spooters every once in a while. I don't want to be crawling on them. Literally, I was heading into my room, and I have my Bidoof plushie that I'm going to bring into my room. And you know what was on the back of it? A huge, like, spider the size of like a huntsman, I tell you. I don't even live in, Australia, and I feel like I'm already in Australia. I just got 2 theme park ads in a row. I've never been to one before. Maybe I should travel. Well, it depends on where you are. If you're in America, then it really depends. There's some good ones, and then there's some that I will say, you know what, that's a health hazard. For the UK, there's probably like only one that's really that good, and that's down in England. It's really like the last one that's actually decent. Also, you know what? I'll add it just for use, I tell you. I'll just add it for use. Let me just get the image. I have to go past frog butt like multiple times. There we go. We got Pro Yapper. Should I adjust it a little bit lower? There we go. Pro Yap. I watched too many theme park ride disaster videos on YouTube. I don't know if I would have the courage to go to one now. You know what, that's perfectly understandable. It's like the plane theory. Planes going down, people won't go on a plane. Also, back to doing we got too distracted, I tell you. We got too distracted. When Swedish water park catches on fire, that's when I knew it wasn't worth going to theme park. Even a water park catching on fire, that's like the weirdest thing, Oh, we need water, there's water all around you, but then there's chlorine in the water, so that kind of sets it on fire, It reminds me of, what do you call it? I think it's Hawaii. They dump a bunch of blue dye in the water, so people will actually go to Hawaii. It's not actually that naturally blue. So it still is quite nice nonetheless, so you don't know the effects that that's going to have on your later life, Do I go like that instead? You know what? How about we just try a totally different hairstyle altogether and just leave that one bit? Because it's really bugging me now. Alright. So. Let's see. It normally would be somewhere around here. Yes, eyes will have to, be adjusted. No, that won't work. It's really the, regular hair that really causes a problem. You know what, I have this... Where is it? Okay. Go like that and do not hit back one more time. Alright. Here we have here we have it. Alright. We just have to empty out a bit of the head, that's what we do. No more brain. Well, there's no brain to, you know, begin with, you know. Alright, one of you give me a, you know, suggestion on, you know, what we do for the hair. Brain surgery doesn't look so hard, to be honest. Well, you know, if you're going for the speedrun record on killing your patient, and, you know, definitely. It reminds me of that one guy with 300% fatality rate at his surgery. He did it so fast that he, you know, killed, you know, someone in the crowd. He killed his assistants, you know, due to the fingers getting, you know, chopped off. You know, he chopped off his fingers' assistants going so fast. And he killed the patient, he killed his assistant, and he killed someone in the crowd from shock. And that was all done in Scotland. At least they're better now at surgery. At least they're better now at surgery. And not speedrunning it. You know what, I feel like I could just do like a little design here of the internals of the head. It feels like that would be like, you know, what would be here. It'd be that easy, just give me a shot. And, you know, 300 does seem kind of a rookie number. Put a brain in. Alright, we'll put like a little, you know what? There we go, brain. Put a photo of a brain there. If I could, you know, I would. If I could, I would. But due to the resolution, it would probably not fit. Or something cute. Smooth brain. You know, You know what, we could probably do like a funny thing, you know, that's what we'll do. We'll do a little funny thing. We'll just have a little bit of derp. I got a funny idea, I tell you, I got a funny idea, so bear with me. Now we need a fleshy colour. There we go. Smooth little cute brain. Alright, now we need to figure out, you know. Alright, let me go. I have this little generator thing that I like to, you know, roll every once in a while. Okay, give me an idea. Like put a bunch of random ideas in every once in a while. And it's now showing an actual ad of a, you know, diagram. It's the wrong generator, that one. Oh, that's a good one there. That's a good one there. Okay, we got a suggestion from the box of suggestions being the generator that we put our ideas into every once in a while. We'll do a bigger brain, but you know what? We'll do like, Yeah, we'll do like, you know, the idea that said. We'll do a rainbow brain, that's what we'll do. Just because it'd be funny. Let's see, orange. Yellow. Sounds like my brain, little rainbows. Oh, that really cracked me up there. Alright, now get us blue. And then also I'll design the underbit, do not worry. Just put a little bit of that there and I'll just fill that in. And now we get purple. There we go, we have the rainbow brain. I should really give it some wrinkles, shouldn't I? This is my best wrinkling. You know what, it's kind of, you know, doing like the wriggles like this, it just reminds me, you know, it's not straight. You know, the pride flag mean when they were ironing their flag to be, you know, straight. Oh, that cracked me up. That cracked me up. Only horizontal wrinkles. You know what, I'll try my best, I tell you, I'll try my best. There we go. That actually looks pretty sick, actually. That does actually look pretty sick. Maybe I should keep this around for like a Halloween, you know. That could be funny. Okay, we'll save that. And rainbow brain. We can do a different color brain if any of you want to suggest one. You just get like 5 minutes, you know, 5 seconds, give me an idea. You should do a cute black cat outfit for Halloween. You know what, that would be pretty sick. We normally do what you call it, the witch outfit, but you know what, we could make that a Oki only thing. And we'll do a black cat outfit, you know, I feel like that could work. Do a flag where all the cute girls, boys, and their come from. Yes, we'll do a trans one then. Alright, now we need to find the perfect color. Ah, that's perfect. That is perfect. So should I make it repeat? You know, the same color over and over again? Yeah, I think that could work. And then we need pink. Then we need white. And now we need pink again. Now we need blue. Now we need pink. Now we need white. Yeah, that should do. Oops. There we go. Oh, that cracks me up good. Oh, that looks, you know, brilliant. There we go. Let's go. So in. Let me just clean this bit up again. You know what, that is great. That is great. Alright, you know what? You know what? How long have we been at this for? Almost an hour. We've almost been at this for an hour. And we do need to swap over to doing some games, you know, once I end and restart the stream. So, how about I save these to... I'll just save them to desktop. That's what I'll do. Wait, I accidentally deleted the, what do you call it, previous one? Ah, poop, there is no regular one. Alright, we only have the trans one. It only... we lost the other one. I accidentally drew over it instead of making a new, fresh one. Sad. There we go. But you know what? I'll allow yous to post on Blue Sky, but I'll allow yous to pick the message. Also there's me. Let me just reply to this. There we go. Alright. So, you still there? Sorry, I thought I lost chat there. For some reason it was just loading there for ages. Alright. So, let me find it. Oh, poop, I saved it as the wrong thing. Wait 1 second. Need to save it as a PNG. Save it to desktop. There we go. Alright. So I'll allow you to pick what we're going to what we're going to put for thingy here. You want meow meow? You want meow meow? We'll do me meow meow then. But I'll allow you to... I always forget how, you know, doing it on the PC feels. Yeah, that should work. Alright, you know what? That'll be what we post, I tell you. That'll be what we post. I see trans people and the neuron act. You know what? You know what? We'll do that. We'll do both of them, you know, that's what we'll do. Meow meows. Yes, I know, I know. There's also meep. That being. So we'll use that at the end. Oops, misspelled there. And as always, there we go. Do you want me to write down that entire thing there? Meow, meow. Wait. I tell you, I can say it in my head perfectly, but then to speak it out loud, you know, cannot. Meow 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 meow. Alright, that'll be what we post, I tell you. Alright, how does that look? Ah, perfect. Perfect. uh, oh, that cracks me up. Alright. Alright. Oh, we're almost at the end of our music. I'm gonna have to restart that. I'll pause it now. Alright. So, we're gonna be ending off. I can't even do it because I cannot roll my R's. You know what, that is a very hard thing, you know. Sometimes I can roll R's, like, you know, and then sometimes I cannot. It's a very, you know, getting your tongue to work with yourself. That's what I'm going to say. I have mad respect for those lesbians and trans beings out there, you know, they can work their tongue. And I can't. Alright, so we are going to be doing a game in a second, but I'll be ending this stream here to now, and I'll see you in a second. So have a nice day, safe, visible, with social things of items for reports, and I'm